I'm Marcella, and I am going to talk to you about the very unique thing that I do for my pointe shoes, my pointe shoe care. As you can see behind me is my freezer, and in it are pointe shoes. There's actually no food at all. And if you look at it, there is there are around like 25 pairs of pointe shoes in here, and each day I take a pair out. So I take a pair of my pointe shoes out of the freezer, and then I have to dump the baby powder out, which is what this bucket is for. And then I wear them, and then when I'm done for the day, I put baby powder back in to the pointe shoes, and I put them in a freezer bag like this, and I put them in my freezer, and I actually have a full pointe shoe schedule for them, if you will. So here, let me get that. So I write down which pointe shoes I wore on the day, every day, and usually I bring like 2 pairs of pointe shoes, depending on the rehearsal schedule that I have. Sometimes it can be 3 or 4, but most of the time it's just 2. And I try to not wear the same pair in a week, like twice in a week. But if I have to, then I make sure that there's at least a day in between. So that's what this pointe shoe chart is for. It helps me, mark down which pointe shoes I've worn on which day, and I remember for what rehearsal. And then I also have another separate pointe shoe chart, I guess, where it marks the location of each of my pointe shoes in the freezer. So I've come to memorize where they are in the freezer, but at first it was kind of hard because they're all there's 25 of them in there. And I threw that because I wear gainers and they normally last like 6 months. But by putting them in the freezer, I've gotten my pointe shoes to last for roughly, some of these are 4 years old. This is an example of a 4-year-old. Yeah, these pointe shoes, I recently just turned 4 years old, so it's definitely, it works, which is great. So yeah, that's my freezer. Absolutely no food, just pointe shoes. Yeah, thank you.